What is up, YouTube enthusiast and my fishing world that somewhat follows me, and I'm okay with that. Kyle Metzger, as you know, you're on my fishing page, and we are outside my garage in upstate New York with my new 721 Phoenix Pro XP. Single console this time. Last time I had the dual console, but we're streamlining this year. But I wanted to give you the first walkthrough of my new 721. It's 2019, obviously. Got the new Merc 4-stroke on there, 250 Pro XS. A lot of cool accessories, a lot of cool new features I've noticed with the 2019 as my... Granted, I used to have one of the original, the first out of the factory, a 2010. It was actually 2009. Phoenix 721. It was the best boat I've ever owned. Decided to go with another one exactly like it, just changed the color scheme a little bit, not even a lot. So, wanted to give you guys a look. I'm trying out the new YouTube... not live, but the YouTube video maker instead of filming it on my GoPro and doing a bunch of editing. So what you're going to see is what you get. No editing, no take backsies. So without further ado, nice view of my garage there. Here she is. Gorgeous. I couldn't have asked for a better color scheme at Weeda's Marines where I got it. Awesome service down there. If you guys are looking for a Phoenix, highly recommend them. I went pretty much same color scheme again. It's black with silver flake. I went with light gray, which actually looks pretty dark. I was pretty happy with how it turned out. And silver pinstripes. We've got the chrome package on there. The upgraded wheels. Just really clean. I love the way that black and gray really contrast. It kind of looks different in different lights. You can see there it's pretty light. Back up to the bow. To start out, what I got was the Ultrex. Absolutely a must. There's tournaments last year. I can guarantee that I did not perform at my best because we were, let's face it, moving around. The whole point of this is to stay still, stay in one spot with that spot lock, and it, you can see the button right there. It will absolutely make a better fisherman out of me this year. It if you get in a hurry or you're rushing, you really need to hold down, or if you get windy conditions, it really burned us down in Florida this last year at Nationals when there's 7 boats around us in a hydrilla field, and out of those 7 boats, every single one of them had spot lock on, and they're standing on the back deck of the boat casting, a partner and the boater. So we're at a disadvantage, but the new Ultrex, I cannot wait to try it out. Have not even splashed this boat yet. Some people are probably thinking I'm crazy. I bought it. It was 7 degrees in Kentucky. Was not a fan. Did not want to try that out. So here we are. As you can see, I'm showing you. I went with Bass Boat Technology mounts for my graphs. Nice and clean. Super sturdy for my new HDS Lives, the 9s. I went with 9s to start. I'll get to those in a second. You can see how they're a little off center. If you were to flush mount that on the dash here, they actually make it just a little bit sideways, so it would point up towards the angler if you were up on the deck. Got my power pole buttons. Another cool feature that wasn't on my 721 is a cup holder up here. Really handy because usually I just stick a water bottle or a Diet Coke in there and roll with it. So let me hop in the boat. I'll give you guys another look at the outside. I'll hop in the boat and give you guys a look inside each compartment. Again, I went with the chrome package. I was pretty happy with that. It's chrome, but it's not chrome. It's got a clear layer over the top, so it actually dulls it down a little bit. I didn't want to be out there, bling-blinging and this and that. I'm still a little phobic. Let me take my extra tufts off. I am very meticulous about my boat. We'll leave it at that. So, back here, 2 8-foot blades. Excuse the mess. Everything that was in my boat is now out of my boat. It does not normally look like that. We went with 2 8-foot blades, Atlas hydraulic, 10-inch offset, absolute must. A lot of people and boats I looked at prior, all didn't have the Atlas. And it's one accessory I wasn't going to budge on. It's for me, it's a must. Whether it's, down south, getting up in shallow water, even here on Oneida Lake, getting up in shallow water, I feel like that jack plate's just an absolute crucial add to any boat, not just a bass boat. Rough water, lower it down, power through the waves a little bit better. Super must have. That was one of the options I was not budging on. Working here, you can see I'm changing out the current decals on my 250 Pro XS. I cannot wait to get this thing on the water. All the reviews I've heard, everything about this boat has just been, or this motor has superseded, I think, even Mercury's expectations. So I'm really thrilled to be running one now and super excited to be getting it on the water this spring. I came with some RMP, Russell Marine Product covers. Super clean rigging job back here. The chrome plate's always been on there. Something different I noticed from mine, excuse the stickers, is this little piece of rubber right here. As meticulous as I was with my boat, I'd always wax or try and keep that nice and shiny, and co-anglers or just getting in and out of the boat back here would just scuff it up, or just natural wear and tear. So they put a nice little extra piece of kick pad. I don't know, little things. Of course, chrome covers, which has been standard for a couple years, I've noticed on boats, for the bilge pumps and live wells. We'll open up down inside here. Of course, we've got, if I can get out of there, these little buckets. They don't seem like much. They are fantastic, and by fantastic, I mean they're really, really, really cool for, I gotta turn my power on, sorry. They're really cool for putting, on the old boat, it was a little extra oil here, or, tie down strap, or I used to put my motor toter in there. Just a handy little basket that, if I can turn on power. Just a really cool little basket idea that they put on there, and, they slide so you can get to them, move them out of the way of your batteries. I love these things. I just put a little protector on the bottom. So, again, in there, we've got our 3 Deca Marine AGM batteries, dry cell. They super heavy duty deep cycle 31s. I run 31s. I know some guys and even the dealership said, do you want the, I believe, 27s, the next size down? I've never had bad luck out of 31s, even on a cranking battery. Why change what isn't broken? Especially me being nervous that the Ultrex maybe needs a little extra oomph. I wanted the bigger batteries just for this season, just to try it out. Next time, if it's proven to me, I can save a little bit of weight maybe on batteries, I will go to the 27s, but until proven otherwise, 31s all day, every day. I don't know if you can see it, but let's see if we can get down in here. I've always been impressed with Phoenix's rigging. And on this boat, it's no different. You can see that wire panel back there. That is perfectly labeled. That's your bilge pumps, your live well pumps. Every pump you could imagine comes with a nice quick connect plug-in underneath there for easy access, and every single one of them, let's see if we can see it, yep, is labeled. 100% labeled in there. I've always been just extremely impressed how they rig these boats. They make it convenient for the angler on the water. If you, God forbid, do have an issue, a pump go out, you can get to it very easily. For me, it's one battery right under that plate. So, look at that. Look what's missing. Right there used to be 2.5 gallons of oil all the time. Not anymore. Look at all that room. So much room for activities back there. Super excited to not have an oil tank, not be spending, $42 a gallon times, I was probably burning 8 to 10 to 12 gallons a season, plus or minus. So yeah, 4-stroke, you're saving me money. Thank you. Again, just some battery switches. That's what I turned on a second ago for the main. I killed it because I actually did walk out here and my blades, the little blinking light, had killed my starting battery. So just handy to save time, save power, and turn your power off. Again, we got our trolling motor 60 amp in there. Charger back there, all nice and lit up, super clean. Very easy to access. and 3 little tablets, or 4 little tablets for your cover. We'll close that up. Forgot to put my bins back in there. Oh, a little piece of dirt there. Something small that a lot of people do like is the butt seat, leaning post, what have you. Pretty cool change. The old one was just the old, kind of triangle, little floppy, didn't do much. This thing's super high quality, nice little curve to it. Co-anglers and my wife are gonna love it. I'm a stander. I stand all day, every day. I can't get used to sitting. So we've got our Ultrex GPS sensor there in the back. Back here in the compartments, pretty standard. Just like before, I put my non-skid in there this time. They all drain. They all light up with LED lighting. Super nice feature. Again, max air intake. This was on the old boat, but it was for the live wells intake. We'll come around and look at the live wells. If you seen my video the other day, I got my little world famous thing. What's cool about the live wells on a Phoenix, they're padded top, so it's going to cut down on heat getting in because these are aluminum lids. It's going to insulate them a little bit better, and it's going to protect that fish, even though my call thing's in there, which nowadays most people are putting a call beam or call ring holder in there. But everything's rubber coated, nice padding, so if the fish does come up and hit the top, nice LED light in there. It's got pump out, it's got drain, little drain plug in there. Ton of room, hopefully for those big bags this year. Again, other side, same deal. Super clean, love the smell of new fiberglass. The other back compartment's the exact same. Ton of room. Oh, sorry, new carpet sticking. Ton of room for a co-angler or a partner or wife, or heck, I put my dog's tent and bowl and everything in there for the days that we're not fishing, and everything fits in that compartment. Super nice. They go all the way to the top. There's no room for goodies to slide around or hide. Again, LED lit, and that's not a Phoenix option, but maybe they'll like my idea and put that in Phoenixes. It's just some non-skid or C-deck material. I won't say C-deck because it's trademarked, but it's a C-deck material to eliminate sound, noise. I don't like things bouncing around in there damaging the fiberglass. So just a little something extra I did. So stepping down here, this is the newer, I should say, I think 2014, they added the dual cup holders with some plier holders and some oh no handles. We'll say oh no. Little sweet step right here with some grip that will cut your shin open. Trust me, 6 stitches later, trying to net my partner's fish didn't end up well. So ton of room in there. I've personally never had a problem with water in there. I've talked to some crazy people that say they have. I don't buy it. Mine's always been super tight. No water, no leaks, no nothing like that. So new seats compared to my old 2010. They seem to me that they sit just a fuzz higher. Looking forward here, I'm sitting perfect, level with the boat. I don't feel too high like in some boats. I don't feel too low like in some boats. We've got all our gauges. Again, Bass Boat Technologies mount on here. Ooh, how'd these guys fall out? These are, micro SDs, I'm sorry. Micro SDs on the new Lives. That one's got the juice on it. I was uploading some waypoints. Smooth looking gauges. Again, Atlas. We'll just turn the key here for a second. Jack plate gauge. It's all the way up right now just because I'm in the garage. RPMs. All our buttons lit up here. Horn. All the gauges are pretty much the same. I like this style gauge, and I'll tell you why. And the guys at Phoenix actually reassured me, talking to Tim. I know a bunch of you Phoenix owners have always talked to him before. The reason they stick with that old school style switch is it was explained to me that if one goes out, you're not going to lose a whole panel. I know some other boat brands put all theirs in one little touchpad, and it's really clean looking and smooth looking, and it's not old school, switches. But if one of those goes out, you have to buy a whole panel. So for one little switch to burn out, you're going to have to buy a whole new panel from another boat maker. Not the case with Phoenix. I think I burned out one time on my old boat. Called them. They sent me a brand new one, no questions asked, regardless. And it was easy to switch. It was just, they're just screwed in on the back. A couple little screws. And in 10 minutes, I was back on the water. I have Merck SmartCraft gauge. Absolute must, in my opinion, for fuel consumption. Nice little cleat when you come up to a dock. You know, I'm not up there when I'm driving the boat by myself. I'm right here, so you can hook a line on there, right over to the dock, and it stows. Kill switch, everything's pretty standard here, except this is new. There's a little cup holder. Well, there's a cup holder there, but there's a little accessory holder. I kind of like that. It was always kind of dead space on my last boat, and I said, you know, I wonder if they come out with something. Sure enough, they came out with a nice little, plastic keeper in there. I'm probably going to put my fin clips, hopefully not loose change, just stuff I need for the day. Just, you know, maybe an extra little drain plug in there for the live well or something like that. So another cool little thing for me, especially being a GoPro guy, is they're putting in dual 12-volt USB chargers, along with the single 12-volt old school cigarette lighter plug-in. So that's pretty cool. I didn't notice that until the other day. I was looking around. I was like, oh, that's a neat little, you know, they could have just put the 12-volt in there like most others, but they put USB chargers because it's the future, and that's what they're going to do. So, again, Lowrance Live series, brand new. Got the boxes right here. These are going to be a video on their own. They are ridiculously as cool gets. Functions on them are absolutely second to none. User-friendly. Oh my gosh, I cannot say enough. Just playing with them in my garage, how cool they are. So again, I'll make a separate video on that. That is a book in itself. A lot of cool features. I'll be probably 99.9% upgrading to the 12 inches this summer. When I ordered the boat, the lives are kind of hard to get. I wanted to jump on them, and the best I could get was some 9s. So very cool feature. Again, Bass Boat Technologies took care of me. They offered a really good military discount if you're military. So don't be afraid to call them. And my other question was, well, if I upgrade to a 12, that kind of stinks that I'm buying a mount for a 9. And he said as long as it's not damaged, they said their policy is that they'll take it in, not full return, but they'll kind of help out with the offset of a new one if you want to get a new one. So that's a really cool, you know, family-owned company that's taking care of the angler, in my opinion. So come down here. This was on the last one's a great feature. Scissors, pliers, everything's right there. Easy to get to. Cooler. New on this boat that wasn't on my old boat. This is foam padded underneath. And it's lit. Everything's lit. It wasn't padded before, so it's got a little more insulation, and it's not as deep. The old ones were really deep. I would lose things in there. There'd be a bottle in there or a sandwich for 2 or 3 weeks, and I wouldn't find it. They're not so deep, and I kind of like that. It's, I don't know. It's right there. Boom, sandwich, drink, we're there. Always on the Phoenixes, they had these little bins, these little day boxes, if you will. They pop out if you want some extra room or store something underneath. They go pretty deep, and that's all the way through, so really cool feature. You can see they're red for nighttime. That's an awesome little feature from Phoenix. And, of course, you know, I ordered it with the, this pops out, I ordered it with the hardware kit installed. So, ooh, and it's new hardware. If I can get it out of there, it's really tight. So if you order a 721 or 920 or 20 or a 21, I'm going to leave that in there. That's kind of defeating me right now. I think it's cold. Hardware kit's already mounted in the boat. Before, what you could do is you could have your dealer or whoever it was after the fact put in the hardware kit. Not so much anymore. Phoenix is wanting to do that from the factory. So if for some reason down the road you want a second console in here, which this is a cup holder. This is just to cover where your there's a plate in there. So when you put your console in, it sits on that plate and it actually locks into that position. So if you want to someday or to sell the boat someday and the other person may want a second console, you're going to have to order it from Phoenix with the hardware kit, no longer put in by the dealers. So that's your fun fact on that. Again, we got the chrome emblem in here. Why do they put that there? So that doesn't open and hit that. Open in here, this is just a rod locker. They actually came with a fire extinguisher, which was pretty cool. Rod locker for a co-angler. That opens up on that side. What I do a lot of times is put, I don't know, if I go somewhere like Florida, I don't need my spinning rods, but I'll just throw 1 or 2 in there for the trip just in case. You know, it's a great extra storage. I put my first aid kit in there. It has the fire extinguisher, which is awesome for quick access. But if you have the console in there, just note that it may be a little bit more difficult to access. Again, both seats, very good looking. You can order them in 3 colors, or I'm sorry, 3 different patterns to choose from. So you can order this a different color than this, which is a different color from that. So you can really customize. I kind of went with a carbon fiber look, gray to match. I think it came out really good. A couple hand holds for your co-angler. Take us to the bread and butter as anglers, where we like to see. That'll be the holy grail in there. Once I get all my tackle set, I'm about to go to Florida, so I've got a lot of tackle spread out across my garage, just packing. So in here, again, well lit. The bungees, I put the decking down so my boxes aren't making noise when I'm slamming them in there. Of course, on Phoenix, you always get your snake light. So if you're rigging in the mornings, you can turn it right there, tie your knot. And it's a pretty cool little feature if you need to look in here or see what you got. Also, a red light cover for that, just because they thought of every single thing on this boat. Haven't even played with it yet. But yeah, it'll go on there, and you'll have a red light. So pretty cool. Just, to me, it's little things like that. Just little functions, little features that just absolutely clips right in there, set boats apart. A ton of room. I mean, you could put 10 or 12 babies in there. It's so big. 57 tackle boxes and three sets of parkas, whatever you want. Phoenix measuring board, pretty simple. Bag holders it comes with, and it comes with the cook's go-to bar already installed. So a nice little feature. You can see that these are the twist style. I know on the, I don't want to give you the wrong models, but I know on some of the 20s and 21 PHXs, they're coming with a click style. So when you put it down, it just clicks in there. Let's see. Oh, into the rod holder. Again, all this is new. This carpet's just really making it hard to get into. I feel like this is a little bit shorter distance-wise than my old boat. I feel like they were tucked in there way farther last time. But I don't know if it's a bad thing. I don't think it matters. Probably going to take that out like most anglers do. And so I can just store more rods. They got this cool little Christmas tree or cactus tree rod butt holder to stack them up nice and neat. Again, probably take that out of there too. It's just, it really does organize, but at a certain point, you guys and girls that bass fish intensely like me, and you have 472 rods and 3 on order, you know that you need every little bit of room in there you can get. Got my nollie up there already. I was pretending to start the summer out right flipping. Let me put that back there and get that out of the way. Pretty nice. You can see it sits right in there for co-anglers, straps right in. Secondary compartment, pretty simple. It's got some new foam in there. Your lights are mounted in for quick access. The upgrade I did in here was this wiring harness. And what it is I don't know if anybody really rigs their own boat so much nowadays, because they are coming with everything from the factory rigged very well. But for me, I like working on my stuff. I'm going to keep this boat, 8-10 years, maybe longer, maybe less. And if something goes wrong, or I want to add an accessory like a new GPS or another GPS, what you can do is, instead of running 10 miles of cable up one side and back the other, you can come right in here, right through the console, and rig straight to it. That's a hole to the console. and it's your power. It's a power source. It is going to make life 1,000 times simpler instead of, like I say, snaking a wire all the way to the back to the battery, or praying that you hit a hot and then finding a ground in your, in your bus panel over here, in your breakers. Is going to alleviate that. And it was a little bit of an upcharge, but for me, someone who works on my boat, knows electronics, very good at wiring, it was a must for me. I kind of pushed myself into that one. It was a last minute purchase. Some purchases I didn't do. You can get the cooler lid. That's my wallet. You can get the cooler lid padded on top, they say, so when you're on your knees and you're in your tackle box, your knees won't hurt. For me, I'm not usually doing that. I usually sit off to the side here and get in there and get whatever I need. That's an option. You can get the option I did go for, and I highly recommend, and I don't think there's an angler out there that's not going to recommend it, padded front deck. I mean, absolute night and day difference between the back deck and the front deck. Heck, even the rod locker standing on it. Sorry about the light. The padded deck was something, again, I'm not budging on. It was, when it came down to Atlas jack plate and a padded deck, those were the only options I was really, in the Ultrex, gung-ho for. So, went with the padded deck. Got some nice little seat plugs. Oh, it's so cold here in New York, the glue froze off. We'll just put that back. So, coming up to the Ultrex, again, you already seen that in the new pedal. I was pushing on a little bit at the factory there. Wiring's all nice. Comes with a steel cable. I'm going to change that out to the TH Marine, though. I love their G-force handle. It's got the pad, or the bar to keep it from bouncing. Bounce buster already built in. Ultrex, I went with the 112. Even though it is a lighter boat, the Phoenix, I wanted more thrust, more power, bigger is better kind of theory. And again, you can see up here, that would be angled at the angler if I had flush mounted. Again, I got a Touch 9 Live, HDS Live series up here. Got our accessory lights and our trim switch. Very clean. The old, my last Phoenix, there was always a gap all the way around. If I took a wave, definitely I was going to get water down inside. It's very tight fitting. There's actually a lip around this little rubber cut piece. They put the nav light just off to the side so the Ultrex doesn't hit it. Very, very clean. And it stops there. It used to go all the way around. There was no need for it. So now I've got a little extra room up there. Except just because we can't have that off. So pop-up cleats all the way around. Nice and smooth. Awesome feature. It's not going to catch fishing rods, toes, what have you there. So I think that's pretty much it. I've gone through the whole bow to stern of the 721. Actually, I forgot one compartment. The next compartment up, and this is probably where I've seen the biggest change. So here it is. I've had a couple guys ask me even. This is the one thing I forgot to show. You can see there's no more Lazy Susan. There's no rod or, box organizers. It is flat. It's got 2 ridges all the way up, and even came with a bungee cord that I took out just to cut my foam matting. It's flat. No Lazy Susan. No nothing, which is kind of awesome. I was not a huge fan of the Lazy Susan, which mine still worked. A lot of people said, does yours actually still work? And even after, the boat was 2009, even after nine years, the Lazy Susan still rolled, still worked. I didn't put the little boxes in there. It was a great idea, great feature, just not, to me, practical. Practical is stuffing 12 worm bags in there, 12 2-gallon Ziploc bags of worms in there. So I'm pretty happy that little compartment's nice and flat now. Got my heater up there installed, fan for drying out the carpet. Those are accessories you need. That for New York, that for everywhere. Turn them on when you come home, dries the boat out, everything like that. So, missed another feature, which is standard. Again, some of these features are standard from Phoenix. Your net storage, right there. Quick and in a hurry. Throw your net in there if it fits. There's a couple models that do fit. I think you can actually get them nowadays from Phoenix to fit in there. Closes nice and tight, and it's hard enough to stand on. I've never had a problem with mine. It always worked great for storing nets and, yeah, just your net. So, again, like I said, some of these are our standard features. I'm just trying to look around, make sure. Phoenix does luxury, I will say. For the price of a boat compared to boat B or boat C, you get a lot of money's worth out of a boat from Phoenix. This is a very affordable boat. Weedas absolutely took care of me the entire process. I'm a pain in the butt. Like I said, I'm very meticulous. I'm very questiony. I had to know. I didn't rig the boat, so I was like, how's this going on? How are the graphs going on? How's the wire running through here? I was asking a lot of questions. They took care of me every step of the way. And absolutely recommend Weedas for anything you guys need. Mercury, Phoenix, a couple other boat brands they sell. I think Skeeter and one or two more, but mostly Phoenix. Love this thing. I cannot wait to get it on the water this summer. Make some great videos, put some big fish in a live well. Hopefully bring home some hardware. Had a couple different tournaments planned. Like I said, I leave next week for Florida for the 27th annual Coast Guard military team tournament in Kissimmee, Florida. It's going to be really fun fishing with my dad. I wish I was taking the Bird, but we're not. We're going to let it hibernate a little bit longer up here. We're going to use my dad's boat, just fly down. I've already shipped all my stuff down there. Makes it easy peasy. But that's it. We're looking for an awesome season this year. A lot more videos. Definitely looking for all your comments out there on what we can do to make better videos. I'm going to try and work on talking a little more this year. I do talk. We're at the 31-minute mark, so you know I do talk and explain things. But if hopefully we're going to do some unboxings, some really cool, top-of-the-line AFCO gear, American Fishing Tackle Company. If you guys haven't checked them out, I recommend checking them out. Some great gear. We're going to do some unboxing videos. They've got some absolute best products I've seen on the market for fishing and keeping you dry, cool, warm, whatever it is you want to keep, you're going to keep it in AFCO gear. So we'll do that, and I'm going to try and do some post-tournament videos and a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I like trying this record feature on my phone. Makes it a lot easier than setting up the GoPro and, getting a phone call in the middle or doing this or doing that. So hopefully this feature will work. So if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, write down below in the comments section. You gotta get used to the finger. Down below in the comments section, give me a like, give me a page share, whatever you got to do. Help me out. The more you help me, the more I help you. That's not true. I'm going to put out videos whether you like them or not. So any support's appreciative. Really, again, I'm super impressed with my 2019 721 Pro XP Phoenix. So check them out and check out Weedas for any questions on these boats. So thanks, guys, and keep on fishing.